What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a little update on our Pro XP race build. I'm pretty stoked about it, and it's just kidding, you're gonna have to wait. Just what I have in my hands right here. I'm gonna show you what we got going on with this thing, what's to come, and what you guys should expect. Stay tuned. Yep, that's right guys, what you saw in my hand is BAM! That's right, this is a gold edition shock from Shock Therapy. This is the factory FOX RC2. This is the rear shock I have in my hand right here. This thing is massive. Massive, massive, massive. Much better than the Walker Evans needle shocks we have on there right now, which are only 2.0 shocks. We do have Shock Therapy springs on them, and they handle great as it is. I mean, not race great, but they handle good for any kind of recreation. We're just going out for a trip, a day trip, whatever it is. It handles awesome. But we're not just doing a day trip here. We are going to be racing this thing, putting it through its paces, hitting some big stuff, big whoops, big G outs, whatever comes our way, we're going to hit it, and we wanted to do the best. So that's right, I went ahead and I pulled the trigger on these RC2s. Yeah, we still have these Walker Evans shocks, which are going to be up for sale pretty soon. So if you guys are interested in some Walker Evans with some Shock Therapy springs, it's set up, ready to go. It handles awesome. Those are for sale. Let me know in the comments below. If not, well, you get to enjoy these. Or we get to enjoy these. You guys get to watch us enjoy these. These, like I said, are the Fox Factory RC2s. From Shock Therapy. So they've already did the internal, all the internals on it. They went ahead and valved everything. They put their dual rate kit on here. As far as springs go, what's much better about these shocks versus the Walker Evans is the adjustability. The Walker Evans only has a single compression adjustment, so no high speed, no low speed compression adjustments, no rebound, nothing like that. They don't have a bottom out control or anything like that. They are pretty clunky. Are they a good shock? Yeah, it's a good shock. But is it the best shock? Is it capable of handling the abuse of a race? And that's no. I mean, depending on how hard you want to race, it'll handle a race. It'll handle things you want to put at it. But you're probably gonna be rebuilding the shock a lot more. You're gonna get a lot more shock fade because it is a smaller shock, which means that it gets hotter faster. So with this guy right here, we have our high and low speed compression down on the very, very top, and we also have our rebound adjuster. Our rebound adjuster is right there, and that's something we don't get on the Walkers, and that's a huge, huge plus. So look at this, is the rear shock right here, and this is your front shock. Like I said, a gold edition, and these, I mean, are going to be pretty dang awesome. Why I chose these? Well, I've always been a fan of Fox. I mean, kind of from a mountain bike racing standpoint, Fox is always leader in that, and they just handle everything you put at it. Great customer service. I mean, these are all Kashima coated shocks, which is great. I talked to the guys over at Shock Therapy, and they recommended these RC2s because I was actually going to go for a more expensive Fox Factory, but with the internal bypass for this car, and they kind of said, no, you don't really need it. It's like about $1,000 more, so I didn't want to spend the money. But I'm glad they kind of steered me away from it. They said that you're going to get way more adjustability from this, and you're going to actually, this will handle a lot better. Internal bypass would be great, I think, if I was running pro class with an unlimited car, because I'll have I think the internal bypass is actually a 3-inch shock versus a 2.5-inch shock, and this is actually going to be like, I think it's like 40 pounds lighter, and the than the actual internal bypass shock. And the internal bypass shock only runs a 2-inch piston on it versus a 2.5 that this does. But the only thing is you don't get that fancy gold shock body. Whatever. I don't really care. But other than that, I'm super stoked you guys are staying tuned. Like I said, we have so many parts coming in for this thing on the daily. I just got some axles in today. I picked up a bunch of parts from Polaris yesterday. So shout out to Roseville Yamaha, Polaris, and Roseville Motorsports in Roseville, California. They hooked me up with some parts for the build, and so shout out to them. And I'm pretty stoked for what's to come, guys. I mean, we have some suspension coming from this thing. I'm not going to tell you what kind of suspension or who it's from or what it is. And if you guys already kind of know that I've already talked to, just don't mention it down below, because I want it to be a surprise. I just want you to know that it's going to be better than stock. It's going to be killer. I mean, I really want this to be like a kind of a one-of-a-kind, one-off Pro XP race build. So, and it's something that I built in the garage, and I think a lot of you guys out there that are watching these videos kind of like want to do the same thing. I don't have a big shop. I have a small garage that's crowded with a bunch of crap, and you know, one day I'll get a shop. But just to let you know, you guys could do it too in your garage, and that's kind of what this whole channel is about. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for more race stuff, and if you haven't already, guys, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button right down there. It really does help a lot. And then, like as always, head to shredstoked.com for some merch, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Alright guys, we are out of here. I'm gonna go and drool over these things.